Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Got my Fender Liners today, so they finally came in. That'll give me something to do. Show you the front Fender Liners if you don't remember what they look like. So you can see they're pretty decent up along the fender, like there's really no issues, you know, right there. But right in here, you know, it's just completely torn, it's missing on this side, and then on the other side it's completely gone. So the fender liner should come down to like here, and this one is pretty jacked up, it's completely missing. So once the bumper's on, there'll literally just be a gap back here that you can see into, you know, the engine bay without getting that liner in here. One of the sides of the cars, I can't remember if it's the driver or passenger side, has the side mount intercooler from factory. I'm pretty sure it's the passenger side, but there's like slits in the fender well for the air to pass through. So there's a air dam in the front of the bumper, comes through the intercooler, and then there's slits in the fender well for the air to pass through the intercooler. But what I did was I actually ended up just ordering for the non-turbo version, because I'm going to obviously have a front mount intercooler. So then because you can't find these OEM anymore, so I had to go an aftermarket option, which, you know, is a little bit, you know, not as good quality, but rather than having the vents, it's literally just a square cutout, and it looks awful. And so I just got solid ones, because obviously I'm going to have a front mount anyway, like I said, so I won't need the side mount. But yeah, so I'm going to pull these out and replace these. Might be a pain in the ass. I'm probably going to have to pull these wheels off and do it that way, but we'll get it done. Alright, so while I was pulling the fender liner out and I had the wheel off, I decided to take off the rest of the brake line and run this through. So now that's done. Now I'm going to put the new fender liner in and kind of route this and tie it up a little bit so that it's, you know, makes a little bit more sense. And then we'll put it back together. Alright guys, just a quick test fitment to see how these Brembos look with the wheels and the color of the car. And I think they look pretty good. They're subtle, you know what I mean? They don't pop like crazy. They're just subtle, which is good. That's all I wanted. I think that looks a lot better than the blue. And I was originally going to color match them to see how that looked, but I'm not crazy about it. You can see how bad. I think the other side's pretty good, but that side was pretty bad. These rotors are really starting to get some rust on them now, some surface rust. So hopefully that don't get too bad that I have to resurface them. But anyways, I think the gold does go good with this color. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it, but I think it works. And I'll probably do both all the brake calipers in that gold, and then I'll do the valve cover in that gold, and that's probably it. Just the valve cover and the brake calipers. Just enough to give it some accenting, and that's it. And I think they look pretty good in here. Once these calipers aren't rusted to shit, I think they're going to look half decent. But yeah, besides that, found a little patch of rust back in here. It wasn't bad, but I got it, you know, it was underneath all this, so I got it grinded down to metal, use some etching primer, and then I'm going to spray some more undercoating in here so it won't be noticeable. But yeah, the factory like sound deadening material like somehow cracked and there was rust behind here, so I wanted to take care of that before it got any worse. But the steel braided line is ran down to the caliper now. It's back here somewhere, and once this is bolted down, it won't be up against the wheel. But yeah, so it's all in here. It's coming together. One thing at a time. I got one more splash guard I got to get in, and we can get rolling. It's the next day, and I'm doing something a little different today. I'm shooting in 4K. So you guys let me know if this makes a difference, if you can tell the difference between the last couple clips and this one. Maybe it won't be so noticeable, I don't know. But I definitely think it helps with stabilization, and it looks slightly better. So it might be worth it, but it definitely kills my battery a lot quicker, and it takes up a lot more space. When I was shooting videos of the WRX, I pretty much always shot in 4K on a lot of the videos, but I haven't really done it at all on the Eclipse yet. But as far as it goes for that primer spot back there, I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to undercoat all the wheel wells. I didn't, I just went over that with some black rattle can paint for now. And then I'm going to undercoat everything again. Clean it. I'm going to clean it first and then undercoat everything again. Then I'm going to pull this caliper and this disc off because they're going to have to come off anyway. And at some point, these wheels are going to get repainted. Just gloss black probably. But at some point, they're going to get replaced altogether. I just don't know when that's going to happen because of funds. On this side, got to do the wheel well yet. So once we get this wheel well replaced, this side is done. The steel braided line is already down. So after that, the only thing left on the body, which is probably going to happen in the next video maybe, is pulling these wheels off and painting these back Brembos to match the fronts. And then obviously once I undercoat everything, that'll get rid of that overspray and such. And then maybe we'll do the wheels sometime soon. I hate painting wheels. It's like my least favorite thing in the world, especially a wheel like this. So I might just rock them like this. I really don't care. I think they look half decent. I might just clean up the curb rash on the front wheel and call it a day. If I know exactly what wheels I want and what color I want and everything else. It's just going to take a while to get the funds to do that because I'm more concerned about getting the car on the road. So it'll probably happen next year or something, who knows. But obviously I still want to get the front bumper, the good replacement bumper. And then the only thing left to do besides wet sanding and buffing all the paint is the wipers. Both front wipers and the rear wiper all need repainted. They're all pretty rusty and ugly. So here is one of the fronts. Well, the rear isn't bad. I can clean up the rear a little bit and put it on. But both the fronts look like this. And I don't even know where the other front is. One of them's laying here. I don't know where the other one is. This garage has just been a mess. So I have to find the other front, but both of them need painted. They're both messed up. So once I get that done, really, the outside of the car should be pretty much done at that point. Alright guys, that's about it for today's video, but I kind of wanted to talk with you for a little bit, be real with you for a second, explain what's going on. So, I don't know when you're watching this, when you're seeing this video, but as of right now, which is April 20th, 2020 is when I'm shooting this video, the COVID-19 thing is still going on. People are talking about reopening and stuff, but it's still shut down right now. And I'm sure even when stuff does reopen, work is going to be pretty slow for a while. But anyways, just to let you guys know, before I even bought this car, I had, my regular funds, I had a savings account, and I had money put back for this build. And I put back enough money that I could buy everything I needed for the car. I had money for the shell, the motor, the transmission, all the mods, everything that I knew I needed and wanted before the car was running. And basically, I burnt through my savings. I burnt through the funds for the car because I've been out of work for 5 weeks now. I haven't gotten any unemployment. I haven't gotten a stimulus check, nothing. So I'm still kind of waiting on all that stuff. And then when I do get that stuff, it's all got to go straight back into savings and paying off my bills. So, I mean, I'm current with my bills and everything, so I'm going to be fine. Don't worry about that. The thing is, the car is going to be slowing down some progress. It's going to be a little bit till I, can buy big things like the motor and stuff like that. And it's going to be a little bit, and it's hard. It really sucks because I busted my ass to get this car and to do everything that I've done with it. And don't get me wrong, in a way I'm blessed because all this time off work has really allowed me to get done all. I'll be honest with you, if this wouldn't have happened, I probably would have missed my deadline anyway, because as far as body work and paint goes, because I put more hours into this than going to work for a whole week and a half full time. So I can only imagine being able to work on it 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours here, 2 hours there. It would have never got done. Whereas I literally worked on this car for 40 hours a week like it was a full-time job, 8 hours a day to get this paint work done and get it finished and get it looking good and, to get everything else done the way it is. So I am thankful for that, but I'm not thankful for the fact that it's going to still push it back because now, having money issues. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to give you guys something. I'm going to try and keep videos coming out, and they might not all be of the car. I might come up with something else. But for now, this is what I can give you. I'm trying to give you guys content. This is my dream. I want to grow this channel, and I want you guys to come along this project with me. And I appreciate everyone that's watched already, and I appreciate you watching this now. It means a lot to me, and, seeing the subs go up one at a time, one a week, whatever, I don't care. It makes me so happy, knowing that people are enjoying the build and enjoying what I'm putting out there and making a difference. It just means a lot to me. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to keep putting stuff out there for you. And, I'll see you guys in the next one. And for now, adios.